Well, I more or less decided to start researching through being sort of cajoled by my sister-in-law. Once I started, about 5 years ago, sort of got more or less hooked on it, sort of thing, you know. And I've carried on and off, you know, health permitting, and acquired quite a few sort of interesting stories about the family that no one knew, you know. I always liked history at school, and family history didn't seem to catch on for ages. When the first tram cars were introduced, the great-grandfather, who was at that time living at Upper Parkston, he was the steward of the Conservative Club. He was also a tram driver. There, after the first year, they had a workers' dinner, and he provided the refreshments because he was actually being a butler, and that he was a cook as well, sort of thing, you know. So he used to have his hand in everything. The royal visitor, Paul's royal visitor, he was a minor European, from Romania, Prince Nicholas, who was in the British Navy at the time, and he came down to visit the Brownsea Island because at that time it was owned by people who used to entertain the European royalty. And when he got down to the quay, his transport hadn't arrived, and no one knew anything about it. So his representative went into the King's Head to use the phone. And in the meantime, the prince went in the pub and the great-grandfather prepared a luncheon for him. It's a sort of an eye-opener, you know, sort of. It makes you feel that although we moan a lot, got nothing to moan about really. when you look back, if you know what's happened in the past, you know, you understand really more about, you know, the present day sort of thing, you know. People with local connection, like you know, the old spy John le Carre, he lived down here, see, and so I started sort of just looking through the newspapers and all that, you know, for pieces about him. I've got a small size folder with all bits about him, more than likely being used by a chap doing John le Carre's autobiography sort of thing, you know. So it all helps sort of thing, just to keep the interest up. You're not sort of doing it for nothing sort of thing, you know. It's just through useful to someone else.